How difficult is it to lose Tierra there? It seemed like things got heated when you're trying to make a comeback, and it seems like things are getting physical, and just the way she's being officiated, and just how difficult is it for her to deal with the physicality and then to lose her when you're trying to make a comeback?
Well, I'm not really going to comment on the officiating. Okay. It is what it is. So, our job is to play the game to the best of our ability anyway. And, we got behind and we had to just use our entire roster to try to get back in the game. If you look at the scoring from all 4 quarters, for 3 quarters, we outplayed them. Okay. The first quarter, you can't spot somebody a 13, 14 point lead. We gave up 31 points in the first quarter, which is the most we've given up in any given quarter in the 2 games. And that's just not how you can start a basketball game and expect to stay in it. The good news is we got back in the game. We kept fighting. Okay. But the bad news is we had, as I told the team, we had plenty of makeable shots in this game. And for whatever reason, we just didn't have it tonight. A lot of shots that are makeable, a lot of shots that we practice, and it just seemed like there was a lid on the basket. So all we can do is get in the gym and get more shots up and get in a rhythm and keep our confidence up and keep creating opportunities to get those shots in games, with very few exceptions. I can't even think of maybe 1 or 2 specific shots. Other than that, they're all good shots. They're shots we want. They're shots we take and that we make. Like I said, tonight we didn't shoot well. You can't shoot 32% after spotting somebody, 31 points in the first quarter and expect to win. So that was it's a little bit frustrating. But as I said to our players, this is what you do. You go back, you analyze, you think about what you did well, what you didn't do well. The fact is we created opportunities for good shots and we missed a lot of them. So we just got to be better. So we'll get in the gym, we'll do shooting and keep people's confidence up and trust that. I trust our team. I trust our players that those are makeable shots and they will make them. So we just got to get in a rhythm and, spend the time working at it and we'll be better.
Ben Rosoff.
Coach, defensively, what did you kind of like about what you guys were able to do after that first quarter? I mean, you held them to 40% shooting, you turned them over a bunch, especially compared to that Friday game. Just what did you like about the last 3 quarters defensively?
Well, I thought that we did a much better job defending on the perimeter. Like Laney had 30 the other night. She had a good first quarter, and after that, the last 3 quarters, she kind of calmed down a little bit. So I like the fact that we just stuck with things and we made a few adjustments that helped ourselves defensively to be better in the last 3 quarters. Like I said, that part was good. So, proud of our team for continuing to play hard, proud of them for, making the adjustments defensively that helped us, gave us a chance, relatively low scoring game. The difficult part was we just missed a lot of makeable shots and kind of uncharacteristic, but hey, it does happen. And that's one of those things that's controllable in terms of getting in the gym, doing the extra work. And so you're better the next time you come out.
And Coach, with Tierra, not pertaining to the officiating, but just when she's kind of getting banged around in there and missing some chippies, do you think something she'll have to work on going forward is kind of staying composed in those moments and just kind of, ignoring anything that's going on around her and just focusing on the game?
Well, I mean, easier said than done. Yeah, you make a good point. That's nice in a vacuum to say, just ignore all the pushing and shoving and grabbing. It's very difficult. But I do expect that Tierra needs to keep her composure and not get frustrated. But she's human like everybody else. And, I'm going to have her back 100% because she's worked hard in the off season. She's doing the things we've asked her to do. She's got to continue to grow in the areas of maturity and understanding that, hey, playing in the post and at this level, the physicality comes with the territory and to just play through it. And she's learning to do that. And she's been very good. Today, I just thought that, T handling herself or not wasn't the issue today. The issue was we had a lot of makeable shots. We made 25 out of 77 shot attempts. That's not enough. That's not good enough by a long shot. And, she didn't get enough shots, quite frankly, but that was by design. Their team was clogging the paint, making it very difficult to get entry passes into the post, into Tierra. It was hard. So it's on everybody else to open up the floor and make shots. They were there. We took them. We didn't make them. So, that's kind of the story of the game in a nutshell, really.
Mark Skull.
Hey, Coach, 2 games into Kaiser's WNBA career. I'm just curious, how do you feel like she's adjusting to the WNBA lifestyle? And what have you liked, what you've seen from her, and what do you think she needs to improve on so far?
Well, it's only 2 games in. I thought she, when she went in the first time in New York, played really, really well. In the second half, I kind of put her in a position that she really hadn't played much in the second half of that game, playing at the point, although I've told her that she can play some point for us. We just haven't been together long enough to give her enough repetitions where she's comfortable and settled and feeling confident. I think playing the point in this league is one of the most difficult things to do, because you got to run a team. You got to know the plays. You got to know where everybody's supposed to be. And it takes a while. But overall, I'm happy with Kaiser. She's a smart basketball player. She works hard. She understands what we're trying to do. And she's going to be a very good pro.
Yeah. Hey, Kaiser, just 2 games into your WNBA career. I'm just curious, how do you feel like you've progressed so far? What's it been like playing in the WNBA?
Well, to be quite honest, the game is still the same. Players are just stronger and quicker, but the game is still the same. I'm just trying to find my way within, the offense of what coach wants me to do with the time that I'm given. And just continue to learn. This is a learning year for me, and to learn from my teammates and the style of the play and the physicality of the league, and learn person and player personnel.
And then what was it like for you to just play your first game at home at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, and then have some of your family members in attendance to watch?
Yeah, it's a moment that, that I don't get back. I'm humbled, by the experience. I know that, Indiana, they want me here and I want to be here. So anything that I can do to add my value, to make it fun for my teammates and my fans and my family to watch is my ultimate goal.
And then just what are some things that you're just trying to work on as the season progresses, as you get used to this WNBA life? I know it's mostly the same, but just what are some things you're working on?
Yeah, I feel like I just need to be a little bit more aggressive, looking for my own shot, as coaches has been on me about that, and just doing what I do best, coming off pick and roll and getting downhill, mid-range pull up, shooting my shot and creating for my teammates.
Thank you, Kaiser.
Thank you.
Hey, Kaiser, kind of a tough shooting day for the team overall today. It seemed like when you guys were trying to, when you started a run, you couldn't just get that one basket to kind of keep the run going or really put the pressure on the Liberty. I'm just kind of, what was kind of the difference from Friday night to tonight in terms of the overall shooting struggle with the team?
I don't, you have those nights, where, the ball just doesn't go in for you, but you got to find other ways to win. That's what makes a team great. You can't rely on just making baskets as an excuse as to why you can't come out successful. So we just got to get in the gym, use that time to just get extra shots up and work on our individual skill sets.
Last one, Akeem.
Yes, Kaiser, you spoke a little bit about playing in your first home game, but what was the energy like in the arena? I mean, it's been almost over 2 years since fans have been able to take in a Fever home game. What was the energy like, and what kind of led to the slow start? I mean, your first home game, was there jitters? Like, what do you think led to the slow start?
I'm not for sure. We just kind of came out flat. We just got to do a better job to make sure that doesn't happen again, and continue to win by quarters.
Kelsey, it's been nearly 2 years since you guys were able to play at home in front of fans. What was the atmosphere like before the game, and was it a little disappointing to get off to a slow start in your first game in front of fans in quite a while?
It's so frustrating. It's tough because you know how hard you try to work to be good for yourself, for your team, and for your fans. To have them back was amazing, but to let them down, right, just like that was just kind of, it sucked,
And what do you think led to the slow start? I mean, coach said you guys were getting looks and they just weren't falling. Is it a confidence thing? Is it a defensive thing? What led to the slow start?
The slow start is, I mean, I think when you think about, us coming off a back-to-back and having to prepare, just trying to get back and make sure you're in that, that right shape to be able to compete against a team like New York. And then defensively be able to guard the ball it's tough. It's tough because I think that's what led to our late start. We got to be able to guard the ball 1 through 5, and we didn't do that. So it kind of got them going, and next thing you know, we were flushed. So.
Ben Rosoff.
Hey, Kelsey, coach kind of talked about how you guys, after that slow start, sort of turned things around on the defensive end. I'm just curious what you liked about what you guys were doing on that end once you guys were kind of over that initial slow start.
We just got to bust plays open, man. We gotta be able to make them do something different, apply pressure to the point where they got to throw it somewhere else. And I think once we did that, it was tougher for, their playmakers to make plays. And with that being said, it makes it easier for us offensively to get where we need to, but it starts with us being able to bust open their plays, bust open their actions to make them do something else.
And Kelsey, obviously, like, slow start to the season. I'm wondering if that just puts any kind of urgency on the next few games over the rest of this week and next, just to get the first one out of the way.
Man, yeah, no, it's like you try not to think about it like that, but on the back end as a competitor, you're like, man, you need to win a game. We need one, get us on the board somewhere. And I think you try not to think about it so much, but then it's the inevitable. Like you need a game to win, to kind of get started on the right track, and you hate that you lose these first two.
Keem, got one more.
Yes, Kelsey, as a teammate, what's it like to watch Tierra and the way she battles down there and the attention and the physicality that she puts up with? And do you feel like this is maybe a kind of a step in her kind of career, just with the added attention and knowing that it's going to be a battle, game in and game out for her down low?
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be like that. I love playing with Big T from a standpoint of that she takes up the paint. That's what she's good at. That's a skill, and it's unmatched because not a lot of people can do it. You can be big and still not take up space, but T got both. So it gives us an advantage just going forward. We need T all the time, and we talk about her unfortunately getting throughout the game, but it happens. And I think going forward in her career, she just I think she'll know to be composed and do what she needs to do to be successful.
It seemed like every time you guys were trying to make a run tonight, every time you guys strung together a couple buckets, you weren't able to put that extra one. You weren't able to get that extra one to kind of really put the pressure on them, get it closer. Just what was making it so hard tonight to string together baskets?
Yeah. Well, we weren't able to string stops together in a row, like you said. It just seemed like, whenever we were close, they would hit, a three, or they would get fouled, and it would just kind of stop the momentum. But that's, a fix on our end that we just really got to lock in, more defensively. And we knew that, coming into the season, that was going to be a focus of ours. We're not there yet, but it's something that we're definitely keeping in mind, and know that in order for us to be successful, we're going to have to do that.
I'm just curious, a couple games in, how do you feel like you're fitting in so far to the new team?
Yeah, well, I definitely feel like today was better than Friday. I don't know what it was on Friday. I just don't feel like I played well, but today I feel like I was able to really put my stamp on the game, lead in a way defensively, try and be aggressive offensively. Obviously, got to shoot it better, but just trying to lead, with the change in everything that we have had in this offseason. We're still obviously figuring each other out, and I think that's, everybody's feeling that, but we got to put it together and quick. So I definitely think that the effort that I showed tonight is something that we can definitely feed off of and continue to do going forward.
Lou Friedman.
Could you tell us a little bit about you say you want to put your stamp on the game defensively, and you had, I think, 4 charges you took today. Is there an art form to actually being able to get charges? And once you establish a reputation like that, you think they get called a little bit? They know what you're doing? The referees, they know that you're not reaching.
Honestly, I don't think that there's like a reputation for it. It's honestly just like a timing thing. If you see somebody going downhill at a rapid pace, I usually try and step in there, but there's no like special recipe for it. For me, it's an effort thing. Like, you know, sometimes we turn over in order to get it back. I'm like, oh, like taking a charge right now, or, you know, looking for that opportunity is what we need, you know, to change the momentum. But it's not something that I like script or anything. It's just, you know, just an effort play to me.
Thanks, Lou. Keem?
Yes, and like Lou said, with the Chargers, and you've been very active in the passing lane as well, generating steals. But when can those effort plays? Do you feel like eventually those plays will lead to offense the other end, either in transition or out of bounds plays? Like, are those plays that you are trying to make to generate offense as well?
Absolutely. You know, like I said earlier, we didn't shoot it well tonight, but if you know, are able to get a steal or able to get a charge and change the momentum, we can take it out quickly, or, you know, if we get a steal and we can push it up, we like to run. So, you know, just getting easy buckets when we can, especially on nights like tonight where we struggled from the field. But it's definitely something that, you know, everybody's going to have to be a part of. I know it's going to be different people every night. JB stepped in and got one. So it's definitely something that I think could be part of our identity, not necessarily like on a scout or anything, but just, you know, making those plays in order to change momentum, because we got to find it somewhere.